I was walking down my beach today in Animal Crossing when I see Shari walking across the beach, very sad looking, pondering on a thought. I was very nervous, but I talked to her, and the bad news came in. Oh, she wants to get out of here. Yeah, I don't blame you. I kind of want to leave this island too, Shari. Okay, but no, seriously, today, Shari has left the island, which is super sad and super dramatic, which means we, of course, have to get another villager to replace her. But before I do that, a quick tribute to Shari. She was my first villager ever on my island, and she was so amazing. She had so many great moments. She got elected as the president of Animal Crossing, which we will address in a second. She gave me the best birthday party ever. She was friends with everyone. She destroyed the competitions. She is a living legend on my Animal Crossing island, and I hope she is remembered in that way. And who is her replacement? Well, let's take a look. Before I show you, it has to be someone who is just as great as Shari, someone who can be a mother to this island, someone who can do so amazing things and put themselves before others, just like Shari, and it's Goldie. It's Goldie, everyone. Isn't that so exciting? Goldie is the brand new villager coming to my island, and I think she is a great addition. I cannot wait to see what her house ends up looking like, how she acts on the island, how she does in all my super fun and wild competitions. Goldie's now on the island. So then I did something very, very fun, and I asked all of my subscribers live on stream to go ahead and vote for who they think should be the next president of my Animal Crossing island. Just to clarify, the people are voting for the top 3 candidates, okay? So they are going to be nominating who the villagers vote for in the final competition. So later in the video, my villagers on the island will be voting for the president. But these people right now, my viewers, they're voting for the top 3 candidates they want to be included on the ballot. And as you can see here, no love for Tammy, who sadly only has 2 votes out of 290. And then up at the top here, we see lots of love for villagers like Apple, Eric, Marshall, Goldie, Zucker. I would now like to introduce and discuss the top 3 villagers that will be now competing for a chance to be the president. We of course have Zucker, who everyone loves for being so cute and lazy and fun. The next villager is a new villager to my island that I literally got on this channel 2 minutes ago. It's Goldie with her cup of tea, ready to give you good politics and good fashion. She is very loved for being very kind and a sweet soul, so I can really see her getting a lot of votes from people who really appreciate those qualities. So there you go, Goldie. Finally, Marshall. He is a legend. He is the most popular Animal Crossing villager for almost a decade now, since New Leaf, and he is just crushing the game, and I can see him getting a ton of votes for being very cool. I'm now setting up the voting booths right now, where a bunch of my villagers will be casting their votes for either Marshall, Zucker, or Goldie. For me personally, I have no idea who I would vote for. A lot of people are speculating what their type of presidency would be, so let's take a look at those speculations. Blue says, Zucker 2021. If you love food, vote for Zucker. Bloop. I feel like a lot of people who like food will probably vote for Zucker then. That's a good deal. Nikachu subscriber, great username, says, Marshall 2021. He has been the leader of New Leaf, and clearly New Leaf was successful, which is why Marshall is your guy. Nicoland residents with a big emoji. That's really cool. That's an interesting take. French Ishto says, Goldie for president. Do you like peace, friendliness, and a leader that listens? Then vote Goldie. Wow, I mean, we just met her, and now, like, we're all like, this is, like, the best person of all time. Good for her. Good first impression. John says, Goldie 2021. Goldie has went from an even vote to the powerhouse in one stream. This is why we need Nicoland's president. A strong, independent woman. I think, you know, Shari was a strong, independent woman. Now Goldie is. I think that's a good point. Santiago says, Tammy for president. Are you tired of the same old faces being recommended everywhere and want something fresh? Tammy is one of the newest peeps on the island. I thought this was a very interesting perspective. Only 2 people voted for Tammy out of the 300, so I'm guessing that Santiago was one of those 2 people. But sadly, Tammy's not in the running anymore. It's just between Marshall, Goldie, and Zucker. And right now we are preparing everyone to come and vote. I'm very excited to see who shows up. And we have right now, we have Pom Pom. Okay, we have Apple, we have Blue Bear. The three of them lining up and they're ready to go get this vote on. Okay, who are they gonna vote for? I don't know. They're all peppy villagers. They could vote together, they could vote separately. Diana and Eric join in together. I guess they're new pals or something, so good for them. They're now going to get ready to vote. Also, for all the people who want behind the scenes of how I make this at Harv's Island, this is a little bit behind the scenes. We have the amazing Mathilda, who brought her baby along. Oh my gosh! I think it's amazing to include your children in the political process. I think that matures them in a very strong way. Moving forward, I don't know. I don't actually know if I believe that or not. I was just making a joke. I don't know if it's scientifically proven if that's good or not. Maybe you should look it up. I'm not a scientific source. We now have Apple, who brought her laptop and like some scissors. I don't know what's going on here. Pom Pom's just happy to be here. She's just having a good time. Eric, of course, is voting. Blue Bear's like cackling about something in the back. And then we have Tammy, who showed up. Tammy's very new to the island still, so I think she kind of got lost finding this place. But now she's here and she's voting. That's awesome. We now have the 3 villagers who are running for president, and all of them, of course, are allowed to vote like you can in real life. The nominees are allowed to vote, and they're allowed to vote for themselves too. So I think, again, I'm not a scientific source. So here we go. Marshall's voting. We had Zucker voting. I'm assuming all of them are going to be voting for themselves, which is very fun. We'll be looking at the votes here in just a second. They're all now getting dressed up to for election night tonight, election night 2, where we're, you know, continuing Shari's legacy, replacing her with someone. And look how stylish they all look. I felt like they all had to dress to the nines. Oh, and oh my gosh, look how fancy. Oh my gosh, ooh la la. I recorded this like 2 hours ago, but I'm looking at it again now. I'm like, wow, it looks really pretty. I love that wallpaper. So we have all of the villagers lining up. They're all watching. Everyone's eagerly anticipating the results. Who won? Was it Marshall, Zucker, Goldie? I think it's a very tight race. I'm looking at the exit polls right now, and it seems like there's lots of advantages for each of the villagers that they really like. Lots of pros, lots of cons, lots of Venn diagrams going around town right now. So everyone's really just trying to decide who they're going to vote for. And I'm excited. Okay, Eric and Diana, I mean, they're hanging out. We got Blue Bear and Tammy. What a collaboration. Everyone's sitting next to each other. I feel like this is like group bonding at its finest. So it's now time to announce who won the election, who got the most amount of votes, and who voted for who, because that's always dramatic. Now, I know this is very fake. Obviously, I'm the one who picks the votes for them, but I try to base it off their personality, what they've said, who they've become friends with in the past, and that's how I judge who they'd vote for. Pom Pom votes for Zucker because Zucker loves food and Pom Pom loves clothes, and they just love like materials, you know. Diana votes for Goldie because she feels like Goldie is a good replacement for Shari, a common theme tonight. Eric votes for Zucker. They're fellow neighbors, and they also are both lazy villagers. I feel like they get each other on a spiritual level, and it just works. Mathilda also votes for Goldie because Mathilda has a child. She's very motherly and nurturing, and I think she sees that in Goldie. Blue Bear over here. Blue Bear also votes for Zucker. They've been on this island since day 1 together. They got some friendships going on. Goldie obviously votes for herself. Goldie, a pretty big boss, I would say. Zucker votes for himself. Apple votes for Zucker because, you know, they're buds. And Tammy votes for Marshall because Tammy doesn't really know anyone. Yeah, she's just like, I don't know, Marshall, I don't know. Marshall votes for himself. Of course, Marshall votes for himself. And all the votes are now tallied, and I have enough votes to declare a winner. Did you keep track of all the votes? Do you know who won? Okay, by a vote of 5-3 to 2, with a big majority of the villagers' votes, it is Zucker. Zucker is the winner, and he is going to be the brand new president of Nico Land due to an overwhelming vote from the villagers on the island, and he did also win the fan vote by a decent margin. So I'm happy that Zucker is the president. Zucker needed a reason to stay here for a little bit longer, and being president is a pretty dang good reason. Zucker, we'll see what he does with his platform. I don't really know what he'll change with the island necessarily, but I think we're all excited. Everyone's in a circle singing, and he's just crying. It's very cute, I would say. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was very silly, and I want to do something kind of like political-ish because of its inauguration day today. Congratulations to Joe Biden for winning. And I'm very, very excited to see what happens on my Animal Crossing island next. Hint, hint, we might be doing Splatoon crossover. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. You can keep watching Nikachu videos right in front of you.